All right, welcome everyone. I hope that you are having a good day. It is a new release day, of course, for us. We thought we were going to have 3 products and learned a couple of days ago it was actually only going to be 2, but it's still going to be plenty to keep us busy, so don't worry about that. We are going to go over a little information before we get started ripping, but just bear with me here for a second, please. I've got to fix one little thing. We had a bidder who didn't pay, and the underbidder is going to pick up the team, it looks like, so I'm just adjusting the spreadsheet. So give me just one moment to get that done, please, and then I will be ready to roll here in just a second. So let's see here about getting that done. One second. That was the only one that wasn't paid tonight, so good job, guys. Everybody else managed to get paid except this one person, so thank you, everyone, for doing your part to get us squared away here. I appreciate you. All right, now let's take a look and see what we need to know. So my feedback, it is automated. Anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. That, of course, thanks to the miracle, the wonder that is automation, which, hey, well, we all love that, right? And, of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me. It's going to be kind of a long break tonight. Both of our products are pretty time intensive, so we'll be here for a little while hanging out this evening. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow night and Sunday night will both be off nights. We won't be doing breaks. I'm sure I'll be doing sorting and other interesting stuff, but we won't be doing breaking. Then we'll come back on Monday night and we're going to break a bunch of stuff. It'll be 3 Gold Rush autographed multi-sport jerseys. The spots will be sold by the first letter of the name on the jersey. There is a separate bidding category for multi-signed jerseys, and everything is listed in the football category. Then we're going to open a full 10-box case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets. We normally do those by the half case, but I decided we're going to give a full case a go and see what happens. And then it'll also be a full case of Tier 1 baseball. That'll wrap up Monday night. On Tuesday, that is Valiant Baseball, originally scheduled for tonight until, Leaf decided to move it at the last minute. So Tuesday is its new release day, and I guess we'll be breaking that on Tuesday night, provided it shows up. And then we'll break another 12-box inner case of Legacy Football. Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. It's a separate bidding category in Legacy Football, just like it was tonight, of course. On Wednesday, we've got Spectra Basketball coming out, and we will be breaking that in a 4-box half-case quantity, and those will be loose boxes from shared cases. Now, here's what you need to know about tonight. Legacy Football is first. Series 2 Jumbo Baseball will be our second break of the night. In both instances, Veteran Base was a separate bidding category, so it doesn't ship to the teams. It says that, I think, in the title and a couple of places in the description, and then, of course, goes into some detail in the description as well about specifically what does and doesn't go to the teams and what it constitutes Veteran Base. But, of course, we'll talk about it as we go through as well. Wednesday, is when I'm expecting to have all of this out the door and on the way to you. Some of it may get out the door sooner than that. I hope that it does. I'm going to try to. And if something unexpected comes up, it could possibly, some of it go a day later. But I feel like Wednesday's a pretty safe bet. And of course, as always, hoping for faster. I don't think anybody will get skunked. I think all teams will have cards coming of some sort. That's my anticipation. So I don't think that consolation cards come into play. But on the very off chance that somebody were to hit literally nothing that would be shipping to them, I will still make sure that you get something. You would get consolation card or cards, and they would ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door. All right, so first up tonight is our 12-box inner case of Legacy Football. And this is break number 1. Of course, it just is a new release for today, so just ended on eBay tonight. We're breaking it tonight the same night it ended and released, which is Friday, the 26th of June. You'll see there our team names are on the left-hand side, and the winning bidder user ID is across from each team there on the opposite side. You will note, of course, our separate bidding category down there that comprises all of the veteran base. So that, of course, is literally just the base. It is not inserts or numbered cards or autographs or rookie cards or anything else. It is just veteran base. Now, the last little piece of business here, you're going to see your background get a little blurry, and that is on purpose, so don't worry about that. It's actually going to let us see what we need to see, I think, up a little closer than we might otherwise be able to. So, let's get this big honkin' case of Legacy football underway. I'm already dehydrated, isn't that bad? I don't think I drank enough water today, so I may have to take multiple water breaks tonight. Actually, what I think it is that stupid allergy medication I take. It just dries me up, you know? I mean, which it's supposed to. It's what it's supposed to do, but I'd rather it not give me dry mouth on top of it. All right, let's see if we can accomplish this without making a big old mess. Ho-ho, look at that. The night is already off to a good start because I didn't dump all that when I tried to remove it. All right, so let me get all of our boxes kind of out of the way and ready to go over here, and then we'll get underway with some Legacy. Good to have some football coming out. We've had a lot of baseball coming out since Topps and Panini started back to work on shipping their products, but we haven't had a lot of football. Okay, so Legacy tells us that we are going to find 2 autographs per box. You notice that little tiny letter down there? It says on average. Yeah, those are, I think, Panini's 2 favorite words. And on average can mean a couple of things. It's a CYA for them if they accidentally leave out a hit, because they can say, well, we said on average. And the other thing it can mean is sometimes we find Panini Rewards Points cards. And if we find one of those, there's a real good chance it replaced a hit. And of course, we would give that out at the end of the break using random.org. Also says we're going to find 2 premium edition Optichrome mini cards per box, again with the lovely on average. So, yeah, so that's what we're looking for. And of course, the usual suspects. Now, our rookies in here are going to be featured in their collegiate uniforms, as is always the case with Legacy. This product's only been with us, maybe this is its 2nd year. I can't even remember now at what it replaced. We had another early season product that was similar to this, and they got rid of that 2 years ago and 2 years ago and replaced it with Legacy. Man, I didn't think I'd ever forget the name of that other product. Broke it like a million times, but I can't think of it. So anyway, the rookies in here will be in their collegiate uniforms. Here's what that means to you. It will go to the current team. So a lot of these guys were drafted that we're going to find, and of course would go to the team that drafted them. For the ones that might be undrafted, most of them have subsequently signed some kind of deal, whether it's, you know, mini camp or whatever the case may be. Whatever kind of deal they've signed, it'll go to the team that they are currently signed with. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Classics, there you go. Gosh, I couldn't see. I told you, Jay, I'm like, I know I broke that thing a million times, and I could not think of the name of that product to save my life. Classics, yes, that is what Legacy replaced. And Classics was, of course, a similar configuration, and it also had our rookies in their uniforms, in their collegiate uniforms. So, and for anybody who is hanging out waiting on baseball, I am anticipating that this break will probably take us somewhere in the neighborhood of an hour, maybe even an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know. I haven't broken it since last year, but I'm going to say somewhere in that neighborhood, probably, give or take 5 or 10 minutes. And then after that, we'll get busy with our Series 2 Jumbo. So you do have some time. If you're waiting on Series 2 baseball, you got a little bit of time before we'll get to it. I'm just getting a few sleeves here out on the table for us. And then we're going to start taking a look here and see what we can see. We'll go a little slower through the first box so everybody's clear on what we're doing. So this is an example, of course, of veteran base. It is a base card, meaning it is not numbered, it is not autographed, there is no relic, there is no parallel, it is not an insert. It is literally just a base card of a non-rookie veteran player. So all of those go to the veteran base category, that separate bidding category. Now, the stuff that goes to the teams, that's the stuff we'll stop and look at a little bit more. So this is numbered to 299. It is A.J. Brown for the Titans. And of course, it's going to go to the Titans because guess what? It's numbered, right? Numbered, autograph, inserts, parallels, all that stuff to the teams as normal. So this is another example of one that'll go to the teams. It is for the Texans and Andre Johnson. The card set is Legends. Of course, rookie cards. Well, they're not veteran base. They're rookies. So rookies go to the teams as normal. So Ipinsa and who is the other one there? Lipscomb. So they'll, of course, again, go to the teams. Veteran base right there in the middle does not. Our nice little chrome cards, they do. So where there's a Lynn Bowden, it is a prism, but it is not numbered. I don't know if all of that card set will be prisms or not. We'll have to figure that out as we go. Lasting Legacies to the teams, Legends to the teams, and rookies. So that's kind of how things are going to look as we go along. Now we'll go a little faster through, again, some of the subsequent stuff than we are right now. Okay, we have a Nate Stanley autograph as our first one out. And that is, of course, one of our rookies. It's on a chrome parallel. And let me see if I have Nate Stanley written down. Some I do, some I don't. And I do, and he is the Vikings. So Nate Stanley to the Minnesota Vikings. Here's another one numbered to 299. That's C.J. Henderson to 299. Looks like the red parallels are probably going to be to 299. Is how it seems to me so far. Jay Allen says if he's still awake, he'll come back for baseball. I hear ya. And Jay Bomb Sauce is here. How are ya? You said you got outbid on the Packers, and there better not be any Jordan love because it'll make you mad. I understand that. I do. So veteran base, we're going to bust through pretty quickly. The other stuff, again, we're taking a little more time in the first box just to get a feel for it. This one is called For the Ages. Here's another Legends. And, of course, we know all of our rookies go to their respective teams. This one is numbered to 199. Phillip Rivers, he is still a Charger on this card. So that's where he's going to go. It's always going to go to the team listed on the card. So even though we know in real life he's not a Charger anymore, he is in this product, or at least that card was. Here's the first of two minis that we should find. These obviously being parallels go to the teams. And this one is for the Titans, and it's Ryan Tannehill. And when they say mini, they really mean mini. That is the size of, that's not even, I think even the Allen and Ginter original minis in baseball, I think were bigger than that. That is tiny, tiny. So I think we can agree that these cards, when they are numbered, they are numbered on the front of our general cards. So we're not going to continue to flip all of them over. And unless maybe it's a chrome, we'll check those. But our paper cards, of course, we've I think, pretty well determined. They are not going to be numbered on the back. They're going to be numbered on the front. And here comes our second autograph out. It is numbered on the back. It is numbered to 100, Colin Johnson. And Colin Johnson heads to Jacksonville. That's the Jags. So you've got some relics and an autograph there. Again, numbered to 100, the Jags. There's our second autograph out of box number 1. So there's a record book. I think that's the first of those that we've seen. A couple more rookies here. And then a bunch of base and our other little mini. Little baby mini. Gotta slide off of here somewhere. Hi, Nelson. This is just our first box. So, yeah, I don't know how we're going to go with it. We're still finding out. This is the Bengals, and it is numbered on the back. It is numbered to 75, Joe Mixon. So, yeah, I think our chromes will probably be numbered on the back, and maybe some of our autograph hits and things. And then the other regular inserts seem to be numbered from the front. So now we kind of know what we need to flip and what we don't. That's the general consensus, I believe. So this answers my other question. Not all of our chrome rookies will be prisms because this one isn't. It's just a base chrome. And of course it wasn't numbered either. This is fan favorites. This is the first one of these that we've seen tonight. And of course, again, being an insert goes to the teams. I know you guys think that I should not have to say that as much as probably I do, but I think it can be confusing for people sometimes, so I got a lot of questions about it. Actually, oddly, most of them after the auction ended. But anyway, I figure better safe than sorry. We're just going to over-explain it here out of the first box so that there's no confusion about what is what. This is an orange parallel numbered to 199, Xavier McKinney. It certainly seems as though our orange are going to be to 199 and our reds to 299 color-wise. That's how it's showing up so far anyway. Those are just little pack feeler cards, so they don't matter much. They're just blank in there. And a bunch more rookies. Seems like we've got more inserts this year than we had last year. Last year, I don't remember seeing quite as many inserts as we're finding this year. So that might be a good thing, right? If they've ramped it up a little bit. It says Under the Lights and a nice little Tua chrome insert. It's not, of course, numbered or anything, and I'm not sure what is that white? I don't know if that's a defect in the card or what that is. That little white kind of slash there is, I'm not sure what that is. It looks a little bit like, I think it is some kind of a card defect. But what I can't tell is if there is something stuck to it, like if it's a piece of paper with glue on it, like a piece of the card, a piece of another card stuck to it, or if it's a gash out of it. And I don't really want to mess with it, so I'll let you find that out when you get it. In fact, let's just go ahead and sleeve it. So whatever's going on with it, whatever it is, it'll not continue to spread. And we get ourselves a third little mini. See, on average works in our favor this time because we got 3. I like that plan. And it's a good one. It's Chase Young, numbered to 50. So that's not a bad way to start things out, right? With a little mini for the numbered to 50 there for Chase Young. And the Redskins. All right, so there's box number 1, and now that we kind of know what we're looking for, I believe we'll be able to move through the other boxes a little faster. Oh, Nelson, you saw somebody pull a Joe Burrow to 10. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, you mean, oh, you saw it spelled the other way? The way, no, he had it, he put it on his jersey like that for, I think, 1 game or 2 games, obviously, in a nod to the fan base, because that spelling is typical down in that area. But no, his name is not actually spelled ending in the EAUX. It's BURROW, but they might have put it in as a nickname insert, I don't know, or again, could have been a picture of him in that jersey when he wore it, so probably some kind of nod to that, I would guess. The first autograph, I think it was Nate Stanley, but again, we'll recap at the end of Legacy. We'll go back through and take a look at all of our autographs and our minis and anything we find that is numbered to 49 or lower. We won't necessarily recap all the higher numbered stuff, but the lower numbered stuff we would. You said hopefully we'll pull it so we can see. Hey, I'd be fine pulling that. Yeah, you know, I love to find the value, so I would be happy if we can find a Joe Burrow in here tonight. That would work just fine for me. Now, as usual, the cards in here that are chrome, they do kind of bow up a little. They kind of curve a bit when they come out of the pack, and that's why some of our stacks are spinning around a little bit. And again, you probably know that. It's pretty typical of cards that are made that way. So, numbered to 199. There's another orange one. That one was the Ravens. And this one numbered to 299, the red version. And it heads to the Bengals. There's that one. And we are coming upon what I believe is going to be an autograph for Jonathan Taylor. And indeed it is, on a Prism Rookie Chrome insert for Jonathan Taylor. And I'm going to double check so I don't tell you the wrong thing here. Jonathan Taylor is the Colts. So that's headed to Indianapolis, the Colts. So Grant Delpit Chrome, but it was a base Chrome. It wasn't Prism. You could probably tell that, but sometimes, you know, people are listening more than they're watching. Let's slide this little mini off of here. I think I have some little mini sleeves somewhere. I'll see if I can find them. Numbered to 75. It's Drew Lock for the Broncos. But if not, of course, it'll work in the sleeve that it's in. But if I have the little tiny mini sleeve, it might be kind of fun. I'm just saying. Oh, there's the other one. And it looks like that one is headed to the New Orleans Saints with Michael Thomas to 100. So far, a lot of our minis have been numbered. This is the first blue that we've seen tonight. It is numbered to 50. So that's the first lower numbered hit. And it's Russell Wilson headed to the Seahawks. And I don't know why I thought that suddenly was going to be numbered on the back. We already know the paper's numbered on the front, but I don't know. For some reason, I thought it might be. I know that's our hit. I just thought it was early to find it, so I just set it back up there. We'll look at it in a minute. I know, right? That's evil. Is that evil? That's maybe a little evil, but just trying to spread it out a little. Share the wealth, whatever you want to call it. There's another Under the Lights. That is, of course, a chrome. Yeah, I definitely don't think that we have quite as... I do think we have more inserts this year than we had last year. It certainly seems like we do anyway. So that's a good thing. Always like that. And here's a blue chrome, and happens to be Jerry Judy. And our blue chrome apparently are going to be numbered to 35. So our blue paper to 50, but the blue chrome to 35. So there you go. And Broncos is Jerry Judy. The first yellow that we have seen tonight, it's numbered to 150. Fred Taylor for the Jags. A chrome prism. And Jalen Hurts. Now we'll take a look at this autograph that came up a moment ago. And it is none other than Harrison Bryant. And Harrison, again, is a chrome parallel prism as well. And Harrison Bryant goes to the Cleveland Browns. Red, numbered to 299. That is Pirine. LaMichael Pirine, a rookie. Well, they have them going 15 different directions in these packs always, don't they? Yeah, makes me crazy, kind of. A little bit crazy. So I guess probably most of you saw the announcement that they're bringing black football back. Some of you might remember Panini Black from, gosh, let me think about this. I think the last year was 2013 was the last year it came out. But it was only around for a couple years. Like, I think it was out 11, 12, 13. I don't even remember if it was out in 2010. But I do think, I'm pretty sure 2013 was the last year that we had it. Until now. But you know how Panini likes to do that sort of thing. They take a product that, I don't know, I guess the demand for it kind of dies down or something, so they put it on the shelf for a few years, and then you let 5, 6, 7, 8 years go by, and then they'll roll it back out. Sometimes more than 5, 6, 7, or 8 years, but generally speaking, something like that. So we will be having a reconfigured Panini Black football. And I want to say there was another Panini product that was new to the lineup announced. And I can't think now what it was, but I think I saw another one. Topps has a new chrome black. So it doesn't come out until way late in the year, but that's another newly solicited product, or, well, relatively recently. Within the last month or two, they solicited, within the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, they solicited that product. But I tell you what, their printer for both Topps and Panini, I'm trying to see which way is probably the up way, is based in Texas, and man, things have really been getting ramped up again in Texas, and I hope that they don't end up shutting down businesses again there, because if they do, we'd be right back in the same boat where our cards couldn't be printed. But hopefully that's not going to happen, but they do seem to be having a little uptick in cases there in Texas here in the last week or so. It is a mini Josh Allen. Buffalo Bills, not numbered, that one. And of course we know the orange are numbered to 199 every time that we see one of them go by. And what else have we got in here? We gotta have some other fun stuff. We just haven't found it yet, but we will. We will. Yeah, I don't know what Leaf was thinking. I mean, they did not even apparently tell the distributors until, like, I don't know, a day or two ago that they weren't actually going to get the product that we're supposed to have, which was what? Valiant. No, wait. It was a football product, right? Excuse me. No, it was baseball. Valiant baseball. That was supposed to have been here today. And they didn't bother to tell anybody until like 48 hours before, or at least that's when my guy found out and told me. Numbered to 100, Drew Bledsoe, the Patriots. That is a Legends mini. So yeah, nothing like wait until the last minute for Leaf to change up some stuff. But you know, they're based in Texas too. That is numbered to 299, LT Lawrence Taylor. And they also reconfigured another product. See, they've got solicitations out for so many different things right now. I can't keep track of what's baseball and what's football for Leaf. But one of the products that they had already solicited as a typical 12-box case with X amount of autographs, they came back this week and told the distributors they're changing it all up. They're raising the price and then cutting it in half. So instead of being a 12-box case, it's going to be a 6-box case, and the price per box is like twice as high. So how strange, right? So I don't know what they're doing these days either. This is a Colin Johnson and a Chrome Rookie Prism. So everything's been a little crazy lately. This looks like it should be numbered. Let's see if it is. Yes, it is a C.J. Henderson and numbered to 100 with a Chrome Rookie Prism, I guess parallel technically. And C.J. Henderson is a Jacksonville Jag. I didn't really have time to look at any sporting news today, so I don't know if anything major happened today or not. It was $2.99 red. I had a lot of shipping to get out and a lot of stuff to get done. I didn't even have a second to sit down and look at it. Like, you know, normally when I eat dinner or something I would, but I eat dinner sitting in front of the computer, so I didn't see anything. So if something interesting happened, jump into chat and let us know if it did. Numbered to 100, there is an Isaiah Simmons Rookie Chrome Prism autograph. I have to think about getting all that out. Rookie Prism Chrome autograph. Isaiah Simmons goes to the Cardinals. Orange to 199. And our second autograph out of this box is Keyshawn Vaughn, and it is numbered to, what does that say? 299. Sorry, my vision is terrible tonight. You know, it fluctuates a little, and it really happens to be just really bad tonight, so I apologize. Keyshawn Vaughn and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sometimes those little numbers get lost in the pattern or something for me. I have trouble seeing it at times. All right, another one bites the dust. Oh, the new schedule for the NBA is out. Ooh, all right. That ought to be interesting. J Bomb Sauce wants to know, how many cases of Legacy did I get? You know what? I don't know. I haven't opened everything that came in today. I know I didn't get what I asked for, because I asked for 4 cases, And I did not get 4 cases. I'm not getting nearly what I normally get of any product. Across the board, we have all been cut back drastically, which is making me really mad. Because, you know, it takes years to build up enough sales history with these distributors to get decent amounts of product. And then when they come through in one fell swoop, they're just kind of using COVID as an excuse. Like for the first few releases back, well, it's true. There was less printed. And there may still be less printed, but not as dramatically as they are leading us to believe. So they're just using this as an excuse to take longtime customers who have built up a pretty good sales history to get a decent allocation, and now they're saying, oh yeah, well, we got less, sorry, and you know, cutting our numbers back, and it may take 5 years or more to get back up to pre-COVID numbers, because it's not like next year they'll just return it to what you had in all the prior years. They'll say, oh, well, last year you only got 2 cases of this. Well, really? Because you only give me 2. like I asked for 5 or whatever. And you only gave me 2. Every other year I've had at least 4. And, you know, that's just the games they play. So I don't know. But anyway, I think I ended up with 4 12-box cases. I believe that is correct. And of course, what I had asked for was 4 master cases, which would have been 8 12-box cases. So I'm basically getting half of what I would have expected. But I'm pretty sure that's what I got. I could have gotten 6, but I don't think I did. I think I got 4. It's either 4 or 6 of the 12-box cases. So anyway, not as much as I would have anticipated getting, but like I said, everything this year, they're just being crazy about it. Nelson, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about on the Joe Burrow. I don't know what the question relates to. You just said, did it say Joe Burrow or something else on the Joe B? I don't know which you're talking about. I mean, I'm not sure. If you're talking about, you had said earlier that you saw a card where his name was spelled in the non-traditional spelling, but I haven't personally seen that. So if that's what you're asking me about, I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. Now, we have pulled some Joe Burrow autographs out of a thing or two, I believe, but truthfully, I did not pay much attention to how it looked. Like, in other words, how he signed his name. I really couldn't tell you. I didn't really look at it. So I don't know the answer to that. And hi, Trevor. Trevor's here, joined us too. So we have a blue one here, and that is Tua. And numbered 250 goes, of course, to the Miami Dolphins. But yeah, it does make me just absolutely crazy that they are giving us as little as they are of everything. And it would be one thing if that's really, they gave it out and they had none left. But that's not how it works. They'll tell you, oh, that's all I could give you. We got so much less. We don't have any more. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. You have to get half of what you normally get. And then the day that it releases, oh, well, imagine that. They actually have tons of cases left if you want to pay 2 or 3 times what the pre-order price was. So that's the thing. They've got it. They just want to act like they don't. That's an Okuda for a rookie prism because they're keeping it to sell at higher prices. But, as I said, they're using the COVID as the excuse as to how they can now suddenly cut back all the people who've been here a long time and say, yeah, too bad for you. But oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll muddle our way through it. We always do. Numbered to 299, a red parallel. So one way or another, we'll always have something to break. We'll always find something somewhere. There's an Under the Lights CD Lamb. Cowboys numbered to 100. And, oh, I've got him. I need to keep the lower number one stacked out separately, except where did I put that other lower one? Hang on one second. I wanted to keep the lower numbered ones where I could recap them, and now I've stacked one of them somewhere else, and I don't know where I stacked it. Shoot. All right, well, recapping may not be quite as productive as I had anticipated, because I can't, unless I put him, did I put him in here? Yes, there he is. Okay. Whew. All right, sorry. I digress. I just noticed one wasn't where I thought it should be, so. That is a yellow numbered to 150. And that is for the Chicago Bears with Urlacher. I'll tell you another thing that's really weird. Memorabilia, which normally, again, you have no problem getting. Like TriStar Game Day Greats, I generally get, oh, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 12 cases of it. I mean, I really never get less than 5 or 6. And this year they gave me 3, I think. And he says, oh, yeah, we don't have any more of that. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have any more of that? You always have that. This is Jared Pinkney. That goes to the Atlanta Falcons. It is a chrome prism autograph for Pinkney and the Falcons. So, who knows? And there's an orange one, numbered to 199 for the Ravens, with, of course, Lamar Jackson. Then a Jalen Reagor comes out. It is numbered to 100, and there's another. I mean, I think they're pretty much just going to be on the chrome parallels, right? I think. I don't think we have to say that every time. That seems to be what they are. And Reagor there goes to, I have to double check this one, the Eagles. So Philadelphia Eagles have a Jalen Reagor autograph. Mini, come on off of there, buddy. Let's slide him in there. And our little mini here, well, look at that. It's Mr. Pinkney again, and that is numbered to 75. So there you go. Falcons, couple of interesting little Pinkneys out right there back to back, huh? Green, maybe the first green we've seen, is it? It is numbered to 100 straight up. 100. And it might be our first green. I wouldn't swear to it, but I feel like it probably is. Give me a second. I'm going to create a little space over here so that I've got plenty of room to keep stacking things without having to worry about them. I never like the stacks to get very high, period, ever, really. But especially when they have the chrome cards in them, because they are little wild cards in there where they kind of are curved and they spin around and make the cards in your stack want to spin around. So I especially don't like them to get high. I like to keep little short stacks. So a bunch of the NBA, I'm just thinking about what you typed in a minute ago, that the schedule has been released. But they've had a fair amount of guys test positive. I mean, considering the number of people that are going to Orlando, because obviously not all the teams were invited down there, but of the number going, the ones that have been tested so far, I mean, numbers-wise wasn't that many, but percentage-wise, wasn't it something like 7 or 8% of them have tested positive prior to even getting down to Orlando? So, just thinking, boy, oh boy, I still just not quite sure how they're going to pull it off and how Major League Baseball is going to pull it off without having to shut things back down again. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? I suppose we will soon enough. Be nice to have something to watch too, won't it? I think it will. All right, a yellow, and I think we'll just sleeve most of these later that are higher numbered. And it was numbered to 150. That was Joe Reed. Except for, well, our numbered chromes, because of their surface, we'll do them as we go. And also, it's numbered to 25, so how about that? Lowest one we've seen yet on a chrome, I believe, right? And that was Brandon Ayuk for the 49ers. Numbered to 25. I'm paranoid that these little minis are just going to come sliding out of there. I mean, they kind of don't know where they are. They just appear, and I don't know, causes me a little bit of stress because I think they're going to slide out the bottom of the stack when I don't want them to, obviously. For the Green Bay Packers, an Aaron Rodgers mini, numbered to 75. I kind of wish we knew where they were going to fall so I could get them right off the top. It was still $199 for the Jets. There's one of our hits. I know, I'm so mean. I make you wait. There's a chrome Grant Delpit. See what I mean about that chrome making that stack spin around? So irritating. Stop doing that, chrome card. Everybody's pretty quiet tonight, aren't you guys? And it is numbered to 299, Kennedy McCoy. Oh, there Jay Bombsauce said, what's the latest with baseball? You've given up on seeing the Braves this year. They already refunded your tickets. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, they're still planning on July 1st, and for reporting to teams, and players are still going to be doing their training at home ballparks. There's not going to be any away spring training, and I guess as it stands right now, they're still planning to start at the end of the month, and I think they did agree on safety protocols finally, so I think all that's done too. So I guess they are technically ready to go, more or less. It was Derek Brown at the end of the month, after all that infighting and terrible business. They're finally, I think, ready to go. For the Chicago Bears, it is an Eddie Jackson autograph, and that is numbered to 75. So that might be, is that our first non-rookie autograph tonight? Might be. Purple to 10, Devin Singletary heads to the Buffalo Bills with a nice low number paper parallel. Now, our hit that I deferred a moment ago happens to be, oh man, it happens to be a 1 of 1 too. You already saw the player, but I gotta go get a case for that because it's a 1 of 1 and it's really pretty. We have been on such a roll lately with one-of-ones. We've hit a lot of them lately. And this is going to add to our tally. It's going to be a nice little hit here for the Buffalo Bills. Look at that, Bills. Woohoo! Nice, right? First of all, I love the relic. That's a good chunk of the G there out of the team logo. Of course, you've got the signature. It's a sticker auto, but that doesn't really matter. It is a nice little one-of-one for the Buffalo Bills. And Jake Fromm. Nice. I think it is. And what did you say there? You know, that brought back memories when baseball went on strike. Oh, I know. And here's the thing about that. Of course, it's been a very contentious few weeks here. The owners and the players trying to agree upon salary and so many other things that I think there's both sides probably really have a bitter taste in their mouths. And the collective bargaining agreement's going to be expiring pretty soon. If it's not at the end of this year, it's the end of next year. So in either case, they're going to be negotiating next year with all of this still fresh in everyone's minds. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't end up with another strike or lockout or something. Calvin comes out for the Detroit Lions with a little Legends mini for Calvin Johnson. And I just think it's bad optics all the way around. I mean, you know, the NBA, they just did their thing. They made their deal, and it was done. And Major League Baseball has just spent weeks upon weeks upon weeks very publicly fighting back and forth, and really everybody just kind of acting poorly, owners and players in many instances. And I don't know. And then that guy, what's that guy's name? He owns one of the teams. And he owns a big furniture store. Crane, is that his name? I think that's his name. And who does he own? Does he own the Astros? Maybe it's the Astros or the Rangers, one of the two. Anyway, he was, I think it was him, saying, oh, well, I'm not going to have enough revenue, and I'm just going to let fans come into the stands. Which, of course, like, what? First of all, guy, you're a billionaire. Secondly, that goes against the whole thing everybody's just agreed on. And thirdly, like, why would you do that and put everybody's health at risk so you can make $20 on popcorn and beer or whatever? So, I don't know. Bad luck for all the sides. Ah, Roberto, you've got the Buffalo Bills. Well, that was a nice little hit for you, my friend. That was sweet. J-Bomb Sauce has a bunch of emojis, a bunch of faceplant emojis. Why do you have a bunch of faceplant emojis? Did you want the Bills tonight, but you didn't bet on them? And so now that's regret? Or is that like, oi, I can't believe what it's been like with Major League Baseball? I don't know. The guy said the owner said you can't make money on baseball. Yeah. I mean, come on, that guy's crazy. It talked about an article that was discussing all of this, and that guy Crane talked about what he had purchased the team for and then what it was worth now and how much of an increase it was, which was tremendous. And of course, obviously, they're going to get the television revenue and all that. Now, for sure, they're going to lose money because they don't have the gate receipts and they don't have the concessions and the parking and all that. But it's not going to put any of them in the poorhouse, I don't believe. They're also not paying out all those. I mean, they're still paying out a healthy amount of salary, don't get me wrong, but they're not paying out nearly what they would have been otherwise. So, all in all, it's a bad look for both sides. Owners and players just needed to get it done sooner and cleaner than they did. But it's done now anyway, so I guess that's what matters. Alrighty, there's a little chrome KJ Hamler. And this, of course, a red parallel to 299. That was Bryson Hopkins. I see both of our minis. I'm going to extract them right now. Off the top, we're taking those minis. Okay, the first one is a red parallel, and it is Desmond Patman, numbered to 75, and Desmond goes to the Colts. And the next one is TJ Hawkinson, numbered to 100 for Detroit. Yeah, what about old Martha finally stepping down? Of course, she handed it off to her kid, so it's her daughter running it now. But you would have to think the daughter is probably going to be a bit more actively involved. I mean, Martha was pretty hands-on too, but I bet the daughter shakes things up in there. We'll see how long old Matt Patricia lasts now. This is numbered to 100. It's the green parallel Kenny G, little Kenny Galladay for the Lions. So, yeah, I mean, she was quite up in years anyway, so it's probably good that she went ahead and handed it off to her daughter. Pass the reins while, if the kid's got questions. I mean, I say the kid, but the daughter's like in her 50s or 60s, I think. So, but if she has questions or whatever, it's good to do it while everybody's still around to answer them. That was Isaiah Simmons. It was yellow, numbered to 150. And who have we there? That one, Kalijah Lipscomb, was on the chrome parallel. Autograph is Colin Johnson. Didn't we see Colin Johnson already? Or was it some other kind of parallel for him? It's the Jags, and maybe we saw one of those earlier. We will recap, though. To 299, the Colts. And we got another one coming up here. Oh, nice. 49ers with the Brandon Ayuk. And that's an Under the Lights. And again, you know, you can really see the curvature on some of these more than others. But, of course, the ones that arrive in top loaders, like that one will be, those will be a little flatter when you get them. Really, the others might be too, because they'll be in team bags with other cards kind of helping to hold them flat. But if you were to take it out, yeah, it would bounce right back up and be that same way again. All right, we are halfway home on Legacy. I thought I had room to set that there. We have opened 6, and we have 6 left to go. Roberto, you want to know if there are any Jets or other Bills hits. Oh, brother, I don't remember. Does anybody else remember if we had other Bills or Jets hits? I mean, maybe, but I don't know for sure, Roberto. But I will, of course, recap it. We'll recap our autographs at the end of the break, and also our cards that are numbered to 50 and lower, and we'll probably recap our minis too, I expect. You said that the Lions are never going to win as long as the Fords own them, no matter which one is running it, basically, is what you're saying then. So you think the daughter's not going to do any better job running it than her mom did, huh? I don't know. I kind of thought the daughter might come in and shake things up a little bit. But I trust you. It sounds like that's your team and your market that you follow. So I trust that you are correct in that assessment. I was just kind of hoping she's going to get in there and shake things up a little. But as Bakken says, not happening. Not going to do it. All right. And I really forgot how many cards are in a case of this. There's a lot. I'm just going to go right ahead and say we probably should have done a half case of it tonight, but we didn't. We did the full Monty, so now we just got to keep on going. Oh, well, that is true. I mean, I agree with you. The Barry Sanders thing was terrible. It was terrible, the way they handled all that. But again, I kind of thought that was more the mother doing it, not so much the daughter. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been some things that are not great. It's Troy Aikman and the Cowboys. So for sure, there are definitely some things that historically have not been great. Here comes a nice Chase Young. It is numbered to 75. So the Redskins picking up a Chase Young relic autograph pairing there. Numbered to 100. Excuse me. LaDainian Tomlinson and the Chargers. That was our other autograph, but you know me, I'm going to wait a little bit because I want to save one. Not have them both come out right there back to back if we can avoid it. So this is a blue one coming up. I believe it's going to be numbered to 50. That historically has been what our blue paper has been. And yes, it is indeed numbered to 50. And it's Quentin Nelson for the Colts. Here's another mini. Lots of minis, of course. 2 a box, so there'll be tons. Juju Smith-Schuster, numbered to 100. And what? Now it says Steelers on the front. It has the Eagles logo on the back, but he has not been traded. So he's a Steeler. That's a typo on the back. It does say Steelers on the front. So they just typoed that on the back. They've been known to do that occasionally. So you have an error card there, Steelers. Numbered to 100. That's also the Steelers. That is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Be anxious to see how he comes back. And a chrome parallel of Ipensa. I think we saw maybe one of those earlier, and now you've got another one. This is Legends to 299, the red parallel. It's Julius Peppers for the Carolina Panthers. Alrighty. Our next autograph. And this guy is Yetter. I don't say his first name correctly, I'm pretty sure, but Gross Matos. I pretty much don't say his whole name correctly. Anyway, he's Carolina Panthers. And we've got a blue, numbered to 150. That's Jalen Reagor. Did I say blue? That was yellow, but did I just say blue? Or did I say yellow? I don't really know. I think I might have said blue, but it was and is yellow, and it is to 150, but I'm not sure which one I said. I know. My mind wandered for just an instant, and then I thought back and couldn't remember. Did I say blue or did I say yellow? So, don't know. Sorry. I mean, it wandered for just like a half a second. What do you mean was the eBay mini pulled yet? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, we've had a bunch of minis, but I don't know what you mean by the eBay mini. So you're going to have to fill me in on that one. Bildo, I don't really know what you're asking me about. I'm sorry. I'm still paying the price of that thumbnail that I broke off down to the quick a couple of weeks ago, and it's grown back to the point where it's not painful or anything like that. It's grown out quite a bit actually since I did it, but still not quite long enough to easily catch under the edge of those wrappers like it usually does. So that's kind of a drag. Thank goodness in the next break when we get to tops, their wrappers you can just grab a little piece and tear down, which is far, far preferable to this. So I'm thinking this is taking a little bit longer than I projected. So if you are waiting on Series 2, I estimated that it wouldn't take us more than about an hour and 15 minutes or so to do this. But I think I was off a little bit because we still have the box I'm opening and 4 more to go. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're probably still maybe as much as 25 minutes from being done. Maybe something like that. So I think it's going to end up being closer to probably an hour and a half it's going to take to break this, roughly. That's to $199. So sorry about that, guys. I try to estimate these things properly, and sometimes when I haven't broken a product in a while, I can't remember exactly how long it how long it takes. Man, I hope I don't get the hiccups. That would be really unfortunate. So let's hope that doesn't carry on. Colin Johnson, we've seen a lot of him tonight. This mini is gold parallel. It's numbered to 25, and it heads to the Jags. Colin Johnson in general seems to show up quite a bit tonight. Ooh, this looks very fancy. And it is Barry Sanders for the Lions. Ooh, that's because it's a Dare to Tear one. No wonder it looks very fancy. Oh, yeah, baby. So most of you probably are familiar with Topps products, and they have rip cards, they're called. That's what Topps calls them in Allen & Ginter, where you can choose to leave the card intact, or if you choose to rip it open, there's other little cards and things inside of it. And now apparently Panini, I had forgotten about it until we just saw that, but Panini is starting to do that. This is, well, at least in this product they're doing it. So that's their version of the rip card called Dare to Tear. So that's a fun little hit, and then when you get it, you'll be able to decide if you want to keep it like it is or tear it open and see what's inside. A mini Matthew Stafford numbered to 75. Now, of course, with the Topps Allen & Ginter for years, you could kind of figure out what was in there. That's to 150 for the Cowboys. If you took a really strong flashlight and kind of put it up behind the card, you could sometimes get a look that's to $2.99 as to what was inside of it. And then, of course, there are some people, you know, because with Topps, there's metal ones, there are wood ones, there's other autographs, there's all kinds of stuff. So some people would also hold magnets up to them to see if it was a metal one inside there. There was ways you could kind of figure it out. It's a Jonathan Taylor, Under the Lights. And then, I guess it was last year, they started making them, I guess, technically just a little bit thicker, so you couldn't really see through them too much anymore. That's numbered to 100, Tyler Boyd. So being that this is Panini's first pass with it, I have no idea if we'll be able to get a look at what's inside of them, if you'll be able to when you get it or not. I don't know how that's going to go. But either way, those rip cards are always fun things to have. And we have ourselves a Henry Ruggs autograph coming out. And Henry Ruggs goes to the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. I always have to think about that. I'm so used to saying Oakland, and I'm also really used to listing them as the Oakland Raiders. And so far, I need to find some wood to knock on. I've been remembering to say Las Vegas Raiders, but I'm afraid I'm going to forget and end up listing them both ways, you know. Las Vegas Raiders in one spot and Oakland Raiders in another. So, yeah, I'm trying to make sure I keep an eye on that. I don't know. I remembered the Chargers pretty well, though, when they moved up from San Diego. What season? Last season? Season before last? I don't even remember now. But anyway, so hopefully we won't mess it up too badly. All right. And there is rewards points that replaced one of our hits. We'll use random.org. We'll give it out at the end of the night. Well, Bill Dowie says, I guess this is going to take a while. Well, as I said a minute ago, I'm thinking that we're probably about maybe 25 minutes at this point from being done with Legacy, something like that. With 4 boxes left in the recap, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. At any rate, it is, I believe, going to take longer than I originally projected, yes. So, sorry about that, guys and gals. I really didn't remember this taking more than about an hour and 15 minutes the last time, so I was just off the mark there. But we're making progress. We're getting through it. And then, of course, our Series 2 Jumbo Baseball will begin right after we finish this break. So, maybe not too much longer. But I did know it was going to be a long one tonight. That's why we started it at 8:30, because I didn't want to still be doing it at midnight and have you guys going, wait, I'm tired. So I figured, though, we'll be close to midnight, probably, because I had thought it would take us about 3 hours in total. But with this one taking as long as it is, it may well go over 3 hours in total length. In which case, we would still be pushing midnight. But we'll see. We'll see what we can get accomplished here. That one is numbered to 299. Classics always used to take a really long time, too, so I really should have thought about that. Numbered to 100, Buffalo Bills, Bruce Smith. And Devin Duvernay is numbered to 100. And here comes a little Cam Akers. cam is not numbered, but it is a prism parallel. Another mini, Legends, Julius Peppers, numbered to 100, Carolina Panthers. Numbered to 50, it is Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys. And then we have a Derek Brown autograph on a chrome parallel, as I believe pretty much they all are chrome. And Derek Brown goes to the Panthers. A yellow numbered to 150 comes out behind that. Jared Goff for the Rams. And let's just go ahead and do this other little chunk, and we'll circle back around to our last hit in a moment. There's two. That's just a base prism. It's not a or a base chrome, not a prism. Is what I'm trying to say. A base chrome. Okie dokie. We have Michael Pittman Jr. It is numbered to, I believe that said 299 on the Michael Pittman Jr. Relic and autograph pairing there, of course. And Michael goes to Colts. All right, we have 9 down, 3 to go. And of course that Panini Rewards Point card that we have sitting up here in housekeeping, it will be given out at the end of the night using random.org, along with any others if we find any more. And I do random the same way every time. We have 3, well, when we have 9 or fewer items in a list, we do random 3 times, and only the third one counts. The first 2 don't. When we have 10 or more items in a list, we do random 1 single time. Obviously, we've got 32 NFL teams, so, and the veteran base spot, we'll have a shot at it too, so it actually means 33 items in our list tonight. So we will just have to do random 1 single time to find a home or homes for our points cards if we end up finding more than 1. So we'll be coming up on that shortly. It's Jonathan Taylor again. I believe we've seen him a few times tonight on various cards. It's another to 150. It's a yellow Saquon Barkley. And another red to 299. Do you think our NFL season will go off without a hitch? Or do you think we'll end up having problems with it too? I'm hoping they will have learned enough from all the other sports who have tried to come back in the meantime. They will have learned enough about what to do and how to do it that we'll be all right. J.K. Dobbins numbered to 100, straight up 100. I thought it was a 150, but it's not. It's 100. And J.K. Dobbins is a Raven. Because out of the three sports, out of baseball, basketball, football, football is the one I would miss the most if we don't have it. A.J. Dillon to 50. Not that I won't miss the others, because I love March Madness. Like, I hated losing March Madness. That was terrible. But, I mean, I'm kind of over it, right? We just kind of moved on and figured it out for that. And then we'll still get a little bit of baseball and a little bit of basketball. But, man, if I lose my NFL, it's going to be bad news. J.K. Dobbins, again, is the Ravens. That is numbered to, I believe it said 35 and under the lights. J.K. Dobbins autograph going up to Baltimore. Well, I guess not necessarily going up to Baltimore. Just because someone bought the Ravens doesn't mean they live in Baltimore, now does it? But geographically, from where I'm currently located, it's up. There's another orange to 199. Okay, there is Desmond Patton. We had Desmond Patton for something before, although I don't remember if it was an autograph or if it was something else. But anyway, he goes to, let me double check, the Colts for Desmond Patton. That's numbered to 299, the red parallel, and that's the last of this group. Moving into box number 11 of 12. You know, they are going to run the Kentucky Derby with fans in the stands. They announced that this week. I thought that was a very odd choice because, I mean, that place is always absolutely packed for the Derby. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people there, like 150,000, give or take 10,000. And even if they were to cut that number in half, that is still a tremendous amount of people that are not related to one another in one place, and they come from all over the country and internationally as well. And I read the guidelines they listed for supposedly making it safer to have fans in the stands for the Derby, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't sound safer to me. You are not going to catch me going to the Kentucky Derby this year, I'll tell you that. And I'm a big-time horse racing fan, but I think that's a mistake. I think they are not handling that well. That is Joe Burrow, number 235, blue chrome, Cincinnati Bengals, of course. To 299, Chase Claypool. That goes to my little Pittsburgh Steelers. And a mini, and I see our other mini, so I'm just going to get them both real quickly here. A Legends Blue mini, Andre Johnson to 50 for the Texans. And another little mini. And it is KJ Hill. I really don't even see how they got that plan approved, honestly. This is numbered to 100. It's Brett Favre, Packers. Because I would have figured our governor would have been like, no. No, you can't do that. But I bet there's a lot of political pressure to let that event go. Because, I mean, with fans, to have it happen with fans. Because it's such an economic impact to the state. I guess there's probably a lot of political pressure put on him to allow them to do that. I don't know, but whew, I don't think I would have done it. Or at the very least, I would have said, let's wait till closer to time, but I guess they can't if they're gonna, well, it would have already been ticketed, so, and it would have been sold out. So the people who've already been ticketed, what are they going to do? Just tell half of them, I guess. Half of you can't come. Here's the half that can. Here's the half that can't. I just think the whole thing's odd. Very strange situation. And they've already proven that it's not going to be a good thing in the fact that Keeneland Racecourse, who concluded a short meet. They run 16-day meets, and they ran back in April, but I guess they've still got some animals housed there that train there and whatever still in the barn area. And they've had a big outbreak there, and they don't allow anybody in but just the very select few. It's J.J. Watt, numbered to 50, Texans. I mean, it was no fans in the stand or any of that kind of stuff. And then to even get on the property, you had to go through, well, you had to be licensed to be there, and you had to go through, you know, the usual temperature checks and blah, 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 blah. And somehow or another, even despite all their safeguards and very few people on the property, they ended up with an outbreak there that's already hit like 11, 12, 13 people, and heck, there probably aren't even many more people on there. Well, I mean, there are more people than that, but you know. And that was with a small group, so I don't know how they think that's going to translate into 50 or 75 or 100,000 people. It's crazy. All right, that is a nice looking autograph and relic pairing. We have Jalen Hurts, and that is number 250, and of course it is heading off to Philadelphia. To 299, the Chargers. All right, at last, we have arrived with last box of Legacy. So it is last box mojo time here for good old Legacy football. We'll hope to bring some heat, pull some fire out of here. So here's how the next few minutes will go. We'll obviously look at all the cards that are here in this last box. As soon as we do that, we will go to random.org and award the rewards point card, which has been patiently sitting up there waiting for us. After we award the points card, we will recap our autograph and relic hits and our numbered hits that are 50 and lower. We're not going to recap the higher numbered stuff. And then after that, of course, we will move into the break for Top Series 2 baseball. So that's how the next few minutes are going to play out here as we're about to get Legacy wrapped up. All right, let's see what our last box holds. Hopefully some really good stuff. Mini. And that is KJ Hill. I think we've seen a few KJ Hill minis. In fact, isn't the very last one we looked at, wasn't it also KJ Hill? I think it was. Chargers, I think he is. KJ Hill. Still learning a lot of our rookies and where they go. To $2.99. Don't have them all memorized yet, unfortunately. Working on it, but not quite yet. Under the Lights. There's a little Jordan Love with an Under the Lights prism insert. To $1.99, an orange parallel. And the other mini out of this box. It is Steve Largent to $75 for the Seahawks. First autograph out of the last box, Antonio Gandy Golden. And Antonio Gandy Golden goes to the Redskins. We'll save our last autograph until a little bit closer to being done. Number to 100, it is Henry Ruggs, the third. Raiders. Telling you though, keep an eye on Lynn Bowden for the Raiders. Depending on how Chucky decides to utilize him. I mean, I know he's saying running backs, how he's going to use him right now, but he's really a lot more than that. And frankly, running back was not his position anyway, his natural position. So, I don't know. We'll see what Gruden does, but he's a very good all-around athlete, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Lynn Bowden have a breakout year no matter what they do with him. Keyshawn Vaughn, numbered to 50. Of course, we know, yes, I'm a little biased. He played for my alma mater. But that aside, even if you go back and watch his tape from even when he was in high school, I mean, the kid's just an incredible athlete. And I'm kind of surprised that Gruden's pegged him off the bat as a running back. I'm a little surprised by that, but we'll see. Numbered to 399, that is Anthony Gordon, Seahawks. The last autograph that we see out of our first case of Legacy. Blue, or see, why am I saying blue? That's a yellow Jerry Jeudy to 150. I think I said blue earlier too when I looked at yellow. I don't know what it is about that tonight. Making me crazy, isn't it? All right, let's get everything up here that we're going to be recapping in a little handy little stack, and then I will clear up a little space off to the side, and then we're going to get down to business with the rest of this. Give me 1 second to consolidate a few things. right, and I'm going to grab a little drink of water. Let's get busy with it. 250 Panini Rewards points. It replaced one of our hits. So we have to find it a home. All of our bidding spots are eligible, meaning veteran base is also an eligible bidding spot. You can see there I just copied them from the spreadsheet. Now we're going to run over here to random.org and paste them in. Yeah, I don't know what that is lately. That's been popping up, and I have no idea why that shows up, but it does. It's super weird. Now I'm going to scroll through, let you see that every team and every bidding category has been pasted in there properly. Once again, when we do random with more than 10 items in our list, which is the case tonight, we do it one single time. Wherever it lands after I randomize, we'll get the 250 points, whoever's in the number one spot. Good luck. And it is the Steelers. So the Pittsburgh Steelers taking home the 250 points card tonight. Okay, let's do some recapping. We'll take a little spin through our minis just because, well, they're out. I had them stacked separately, so, you know, why not? So we'll just do a little quick little run through the minis. They're a little hard to handle because they're in these big sleeves and they run around in there. They're not hard to handle, but they're awkward. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they move around inside there. But anyway, you get a look at them. We may not recap them always going forward, but we are tonight. So I like them. I think they're cute little cards. I would have maybe liked them to be sized slightly differently or something, but but they're still cool little cards, and I do like them. All right, stuff that's numbered. Obviously, some of our minis were numbered, so we'll say things that aren't minis and aren't autographs or relics that are numbered to 50 or lower. So that is 50 for the Texans. We're at 35 there for Joe Burrow. We're at 50 for Emmitt Smith. 50 again, Quentin Nelson. And then to 10 here for the Buffalo Bills and Devin Singletary. There's an Under the Lights. It is numbered to 25. That's Brandon Ayuk for the 49ers. There's Jerry Jeudy. He shows up a lot tonight, I think. Or maybe he didn't, but I don't know. For some reason, it seems like he did. But that was to 35. And then to 50, you've got the Russell Wilson. Okay, so that's our numbered non-mini, non-autograph, non-relic stuff. Now, autographs and relics. You have got Antonio Gandy Golden. And I'll go ahead and just get my sheet, and I'm going to make sure I'm calling all these out correctly. That is the Redskins, followed by Desmond Patman. And Desmond is the Colts. Then we have J.K. Dobbins. That would be the Ravens. Derek Brown comes out next. That's the Panthers. Henry Ruggs is the Raiders. And then there's Yetter Gross Matos. And I know I may have butchered that top to bottom, but at any rate, it's the Panthers. And there's a nice little Chase Young for the Redskins. Brandon Ayuk for the 49ers. Here's Colin Johnson. We've seen him a few different times tonight on various parallels. And Colin goes to the Jags. This one tells us, because it happens to not be a rookie, it is an Eddie Jackson autograph for the Bears. And then we've got ourselves a Jalen Reagor here, and Jalen goes to the Eagles. And then Jared Pinkney behind that, and Jared goes to the Falcons. Relic and autograph paired up there for Keyshawn Vaughn. And Keyshawn Vaughn goes to, let me just peek over here and I'll tell you, the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay. Isaiah Simmons out next. Isaiah goes to the Cardinals. And then we have a Harrison Bryant, who by all accounts is supposed to be pretty good, going to the Browns. Jonathan Taylor comes out after that. And Jonathan Taylor goes to the Colts. Then there's Colin Johnson again, that relic and autograph paired up. But of course, we already saw him a minute ago going to the Jags. Then there's Nate Stanley, who's actually the first guy we saw tonight. He goes to the Vikings. Got one more little stack to look at up here before we wrap this one up. 250 points card. It replaced a hit. We used random.org to find it a home. It goes to the Steelers. And then you have an Anthony Gordon auto relic, Seahawks, followed by a Jalen Hurts auto relic for the Eagles. And then a Michael Pittman Jr. autograph and relic. And Michael Pittman Jr. goes to the Colts. And then, of course, we have our Dare to Tear. It's numbered to 50, and it's Barry Sanders for the Lions. You'll have to decide when you get it, if you have the Lions, if you're going to keep it intact or rip into it. And then we had a nice little one-of-one here for Jake Fromm and the Buffalo Bills. Good-looking relic. The signature on there, of course, as well, and a one-of-one. So there we go. Legacy football in the books. Wrapped up for tonight. Yay, right? Now we are going to embark upon Topps Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. And let me get our spreadsheet information up for that. And then we'll get busy taking a look at it. Okay, so once again, I'm anticipating what we're opening tonight. I hope we'll be out the door on or about Wednesday. Now, as always, if I can get something out sooner than the date you see listed, I will be happy to do so. And if something takes longer than I expect, like the break did tonight, if it takes longer than I expect to sort something, or something just generally unexpected throws a wrench into the week, it could always go a day later. That's why it always says plus or minus a day. Keeping in mind, veteran base was and is a separate bidding category for this break. It does not ship to the teams. Everything else does, but veteran base does not. And this is a 6-box case of 2020 Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. It's going to be a full case break. Came out today, ended tonight on eBay, the same night we're breaking it, which is Friday night, the 26th of June. Team names are there on the left-hand side. Winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. And also Celebration Event Ticket was also a separate bidding category, which again, all that was stated in the listing description. And if we were to pull one of those, it would, of course, go to that category. I think there are 25 of those in total throughout the print run. And there were some in Series 1 as well. And again, I think it was 25 in total. We didn't pull any out of Series 1. We may not pull any out of Series 2. But if we do, man, it'd be a hot ticket. It'd be worth a lot of money, I bet. All right, so Series 2 Jumbo. Here's the fun thing about it. Topps has their jumbo packs set up so that all the hits are right there in the middle, like a Tootsie Roll in a Tootsie Roll Pop. So what we can do here is we can just take the base right off the top and right off the bottom, basically, and look at the stuff that's in the middle, because that's the stuff that ships to teams. The other nice thing that Topps does is they don't have 100 million packs that you have to open. They put a lot of cards in a few packs, which makes it much easier to open all the way around. So it won't be too painful to get through this. 1 autograph and 2 relic cards in every box, because we're opening the jumbo. And then, of course, inside we will have our silver packs. And Silver packs will have some nice little chrome parallels in them, sometimes autographs in them as well. Not always, but sometimes. Always the packs, sometimes the autographs. And look at that, we got an extra silver pack stuck in the, oh, because there's 2 chrome Decades Best cards in there, which is, Decades Best is not the same as Celebration of Decades. Celebration of Decades is the event ticket. So, just to clarify that. So, yeah, Series 2. Most of you have probably opened it before, so you have, I would say, a pretty good working knowledge of what to expect, what we're going to find in here. But nonetheless, we will go a little bit slower through the first box than we do through our subsequent boxes, just to get everyone acclimated. All of our chrome packs will save to the very end. That's how we generally do that. And then we just look at them all together at the end. And Jared, you said, did the Chiefs get anything? Autograph-wise, gosh, I don't know. You may have had some stuff in the numbered stuff. Again, we didn't recap all the numbered stuff, only the stuff that was 50 or below. You may have had some of the minis. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I mean, that was a lot of cards we just looked at. And truthfully, I couldn't tell you. Now, you definitely have cards. There were definitely cards for the Chiefs. But as far as whether you had autographs, relics, that sort of stuff, numbered cards, I'm honestly not certain. Okay, I say that right in the center, and yet where is my center? Where is my center of this pack? Usually we can pretty easily just find where the center of the pack is, and my parallels start, yet I'm not seeing them in this pack. Is it going to be this kind of day? I sure hope not. But that wasn't. That was all base. So again, veteran base, guys, doesn't ship to the team. So that's anything that looks like this. If it has a rookie card designation on it like that does, that goes to the teams. Because rookie cards were specifically noted as going to the teams because they're not veteran. And everything else that is veteran-based that doesn't have the rookie card designation, that isn't an insert or a hit or something like that, of course, does go to veteran base. Anything that is a hit, numbered, autographed, etc., does not, goes to the teams. And I'm just kind of looking through this. So far, all of this is still just the base. Like, where are our inserts? Of them? Maybe they're okay. They're going to be at the back of the pack this time. Oh, that's different. That's new and different. They've always been in the middle. Right after I was bragging about how Topps makes it so easy because they're in the middle, I guess it's still easy. It's just they're on the end of the pack tonight. So there we go. Now we know. So chrome hollow foils. There'll be lots of those before we're finished up tonight. I will predominantly wait and sleeve those after the fact. Probably. I did that one because I just did and it was in my hand, but unless they're numbered or whatever, usually those chrome hollow foils, oh, they're not chrome, hollow foils, I will sleeve after the fact. And then we have an insert here, Player of the Decades. That's for the Angels, and then a nice little anniversary insert, which of course Ken Griffey Jr., you know I love him, for the Mariners. Our anniversary this year is 1985. And then we have got a nice little White Sox Robert in there. That's a nice looking little insert right there. It is not numbered that I see anyway, but it's a good looking card. And of course the player on it, well, that's nice too. So all right, so I guess what we have learned is normally where we go to the center of the pack, instead, this year we're going to the back of the pack. That's so random and weird, but that's what we're going to do. And if you're wondering why I'm looking at the back of them, I'm checking the code on the back of the cards that lead into where our little, what normally would have been our center, is, to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Because, of course, our short prints and all that stuff will also be found in this same area, which formerly was the middle and now is the back. There is a Topps Now insert. It's Howie Kendrick. And for the Nationals, and again, that's one, I don't know why I sleeved it live. I normally would do that later too, but anyway, I did. So Texas Rangers have a hollow foil. There's a statistics card out for the Kansas City Royals. That's an insert. Rod Carew, and Rod Carew happens to be the Twins on this. You know, sometimes they have him in as the Twins, sometimes as the A's. Twins on that one, anniversary card. And then a nice little sparkly Chris Bryant. Yeah, that's really just messing with my head that it's at the end of the pack. I'm so attuned to it being in the center that it's just freaking me out a little bit that it's at the back. I know it shouldn't matter, and it doesn't, and I'll get used to it, but it is weird. Reggie Jackson for the Oakland A's. So there's a little short print out for the A's tonight with Reggie Jackson. Hollow foil for the Angels with Brian Goodwin. Statistics, Mike Trout. An anniversary for the Indians with Bieber. And then the Bo Bichette insert. All right, let's see. Was this the last one? Yep, that says 99, so we know that's base. And are you base too, buddy? Yep, he is too. Well, that's a handsome relic. It's numbered to 25. It's J.D. Martinez for the Red Sox with a good-looking relic. So there's usually, well, that ended up being upside down in there, didn't it? There's generally a manufactured relic and then a game-worn, game-used type relic. This is obviously the game-used relic that we saw there. We have a purple parallel here for Danny Santana, and it is numbered to 50 for the Texas Rangers. It's a hollow foil Josh Hader. And another Rod Carew. Another one for the Indians. And then a Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. Marcus wants to know, what if a player has moved teams? Well, it just depends what it says on the card. Right? So if it says the Dodgers, then it goes to the Dodgers. If the card says the Red Sox, it'll go to the Red Sox. And sometimes the same player will be in the same product for both teams. Because generally speaking, autograph stuff and relics are printed first, and then base cards are printed later. So it's not unheard of for a player who has been traded to be in a product both ways. Maybe hits for the prior team and other stuff for the current team, or sometimes it's all for the current team, or sometimes it's all for the prior team. So you would always want to check the checklist for that if there's ever a question about it. But as far as my standpoint goes, it's whatever team is listed on the card. So there's a Verlander for the Astros with the tops now. A little hollow foil Chad Pender. And there's a war card. It's the first one of those we've seen. It's a new insert for this year. It's the Cardinals and Marte for the Diamondbacks with the anniversary. And then we get Mookie Betts as a Dodger. So there answers one of our questions. He's at least on this insert as a Dodger. And I believe he was on the last one too. I think we saw another insert with him on there as a Dodger. But I couldn't swear to you that every card in here will show him as a Dodger. It may, but I don't know. So it will just be up to whatever little team we see listed on the card is where it will go. Here's our manufactured relic. It's going to the Astros, George Springer. So both relics are out of the first box, but not yet our autograph. Now this should be numbered to 2020. That's usually the way it works. And indeed it is there on the back. Andujar and the Yankees. So of course in subsequent years those will be, like next year it'll be numbered to 2021 and so on and so forth. That's generally the way that works with Topps. There's a hollow foil for the Braves with Felix Hernandez. Dennis Eckersley for the A's, the Mariners, and Randy Johnson. And then there's another Chris Bryant on the back there. So a lot of duplication already on our little sparkly cards. There's seeing a lot of player duplication there right off the bat. All right, there is a Robert Topps now for the White Sox. A hollow foil for the San Francisco Giants with Alex Dickerson. There's a War Belly for the Dodgers. There is Edgar Martinez Mariners on an anniversary. And then we have Juan Soto for the Nationals. Home Run Derby, we haven't talked about those cards yet. So Home Run Derby, it is a promotional thing. It's going to be a little hard to execute this year the way things have been going. But basically, what it is supposed to be, when you get this card, if you have the Padres, you're going to get it. It's Manny Machado. You scratch off that silver part. There's a code on it. You go to the website that they list there, and you enter that code. And it will give you the opportunity to choose a game where you think Manny Machado will hit a home run. And if he hits a home run in that game, you get a special Topps Now card, or at least that's the way it's been in the past. I assume it's the same. And normally, you would have gotten an invitation to the Home Run Derby. Obviously, there won't be one this year, I don't suppose, but maybe next year. The Phillies numbered to 50. Steve Carlton. Well, you would have an opportunity to win tickets to it. I should not say you will get them. You will get, if you got it right and he hit a home run on the day you chose, you would get the Topps Now card, and then you would have a chance to win tickets to Home Run Derby. You're certainly not guaranteed to win them. So the Tigers have one here numbered to 69 with Joe Jimenez. And that is the black border parallel there for the Tigers to 69. Hollow foil Padres. And then you have got the Giants, the Astros, and Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Just make sure we grab the last one off the back there, which I think we did. Natstown has joined us in chat too. Hi, Natstown. And you said that is photo op, the sparkly cards, yeah. So, numbered to 299. It is a black border Pete Alonso for the Mets. Numbered to 2020, it is Severino for the Yankees. A hollow foil for the Tigers with Spencer Turnbull. And you've got the Texas Rangers with a decade's best. Rangers with a Joey Gallo anniversary. And then more little sparkly Nolan Arenado Rockies. Natstown probably wants me to just call them by their right name. I like calling them little sparkly cards, frankly, I do. But, you know, I'll call them by their right name if you want me to. Our autograph for box number 1 held out to the very end, didn't it? It is numbered 250 for the Dodgers. Tony Gonsolin. Well, I get it wrong every which way. Numbered to 2020. It is Hernandez. And that is the Blue Jays. Hollow foil for the Red Sox. And then you've got the Kansas City Royals, the Red Sox and Big Papi on the anniversary card. And a nice little Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. See, I started to say sparkly again, then I caught myself thinking, yeah, okay, I shouldn't call it that, even though that's what I like to call it. Well, if I can find the edge, maybe we'll get into box number 2 here. And once again, we've got our 3 packs, our Chrome Parallels, and the Decade's Best in there as well. So all of our little Chrome cards stay stacked up there in housekeeping. I guess it makes more sense maybe that they're in at the end. I mean, I guess it is probably technically more efficient, but it's just for so many years it's been in the middle that it's really hard for me to get used to it. I know, strange. Andujar, Yankees. Trout for the Angels. The Mets and Marcus Stroman. And then there's Shohei again. So tons of duplication in the photo op inserts. Loads and loads and loads of it. For the Cubs, it's Javi Baez. That is a manufactured relic. And then we have a little Lopez coming out, numbered to 69 for the Marlins. For the Mets, Noah Syndergaard, hollow foil, Roger Clemens and the Red Sox, Mr. Max Scherzer and the Nationals, and oh, there's a Mike Trout. That's a variation. We hadn't seen him yet, I don't think, so there was a new one. Right, Ryan, for sure. All of the short prints are going to be at the end. I mean, the short prints have always been, you're calling them photo variations, short prints, they're the same thing. They are always going to be with the rest of the hits, absolutely, for sure. They used to be in the middle. All that stuff definitely is all at the back of the pack right now. But because we don't like shuffle through every single card and we cut right to the hits, I always still like to show the back of the last card before we get to the hits so that you guys can see that we didn't miss a short print or anything, because the code on the back, of course, would tell you that. So that's the reason I show it, just so that everyone is comfortable and confident that we have gotten to the right place in the pack and not past anything. This is numbered to 199. It is Christian Yelich and the Brewers with our game used relic. For the Oakland A's, numbered to 300, this is Trevino. So Lou Trevino and the Oakland A's. And there's d'Arnaud with a hollow foil for the Atlanta Braves. A little Eddie Murray here for the Baltimore Orioles. Jacob deGrom for the Mets. And another Mookie Betts. Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of shown that last card, even when they were in the center. That's just the way I do it when I break Series 1 and 2 and update, so that everybody can see that we haven't messed anything up and we didn't overlook anything, etc. It's just, I find the better way to do it, generally speaking, and keep everybody all on the same page. We've already seen this one once. Here's a bookend of Robert and the tops now for the White Sox. A hollow foil out for the Texas Rangers, a little team hollow, if you will. Bregman, Astros, War. McGuire, anniversary for the A's. And a Yelich. The last Cubs relic, I think it was a manufactured relic, right guys? I think it was. Of course, we do recap it, so you'll get another chance to see it shortly when we recap all the hits there at the end and the numbered cards, the short prints, all that kind of jazz. We will do it at the very end, but I do believe it was the manufactured relic because we just saw the game worn out of this box, so I'm pretty sure it was the manufactured. All right, this is Yu Chang for the Cleveland Indians, and that is another example of a short print. So we had the Reggie Jackson earlier. Now you've got the Chang for the Indians. 2 short prints we found so far. As a hollow foil for the St. Louis Cardinals, and then a Player of the Decade Mike Trout insert, the Braves anniversary, followed by a little sparkly Aaron Judge. I couldn't help myself. And how are you, by the way, Ryan? I don't think I said hi. Did I answered your question or addressed your comment, rather, but I don't think I said hi, so hi. You probably know how I break it, though. I think you've done breaks with me on 1 and 2 and update and stuff before, so you probably already know that I do it that way. But anyway, now everybody knows, don't they? There is Acuna Home Run Derby, Atlanta Braves. A Mark McGuire for the Oakland A's with the black border parallel numbered to 299. Number to 2020 for the Dodgers, it is Ross Stripling. It's a hollow foil for the Yankees with Brett Gardner. Decade's Best, Don Sutton and the Dodgers. A Mike Trout anniversary. And a Javi Baez photo op. Friday night break night. I know they've shuffled a lot of our new releases to Fridays ever since they've, started printing again after the shutdown. It seems like we get just a little bit on Wednesdays now and get a lot more on Fridays, and it used to be the exact opposite. Everything was on Wednesday, and it would be rare to have a Friday release, and most of the time now we have some on Wednesday and some on Friday, but the Friday ones seem to be the ones we're getting loaded up on the most. Kendrick and the Nationals. And that is a Minnesota Twins hollow foil. There's another Mike Trout for the Angels. The Phillies get Real Muto anniversary. And here's a Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. You love release day. I know, it is fun, isn't it? My UPS guy does not love it. My UPS guy hates me on release days. And then today, he was having a really bad day. He somehow broke out his windshield and stuff while he was out delivering today. I think he said a big truck had something like a piece of a tree or something sticking out of it. I don't know. Anyway, it somehow went through his windshield and busted his windshield, and he was having a terrible day. And then he had to deliver me a bunch of huge boxes, so he wasn't happy. Randy Arozarena, that is the Tampa Bay Rays. And that is our autograph out of box number 2. Number 2, 2020, it is the Arizona Diamondbacks. A hollow foil for Inciarte and the Braves. One of my 2 favorite players ever, Hank Aaron for the Braves. Decade's Best. Darryl Strawberry and the Mets. And Mr. Tatis for the Padres. Yeah, and some of my stuff didn't even show up today. I have a whole nother big bunch of Series 2. In fact, my main order of Series 2 didn't even show up today. I'm lucky that my secondary stuff showed up so that we have this to break, because the bulk of it isn't even here today. It's not going to show up until tomorrow. I don't even know why it's not going to show up until tomorrow, but somehow suddenly it's not. So there was just a tracking update saying date change. Verlander and the Astros with the tops now. A hollow foil for the Astros. Pedro Martinez, Red Sox WAR. White Sox, Jose Abreu anniversary. And another Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. Yeah, lately I've had one of my distributors shipping me FedEx every time, and then the other two still having them use UPS like normal, hoping that every week I'll at least, if I don't get everything, that at least I'll get something. Because it's coming from 3 different places, and I figure 3 different places across 2 different carriers, surely to gosh, somebody can get it to me. For the Astros, that is Lance McCullers Jr. It is numbered to 25 with the little camo parallel. A hollow foil for the Cardinals with Dexter Fowler. A Detroit Tigers team card. Polar Bear anniversary card. And a Bryce Harper for the Phillies. You have a feeling that my Reds are going to be sneaky good in this shortened season? Coming from a Cubs fan, that is high praise. You're right. I don't know. It's so hard to say. I mean, it looks like we have the pieces, but pitching is always the wild card for us. I do feel better about it now that we have Sonny and Castillo, and they seem like they're kind of doing okay. We still need to add to the pitching in the worst way, in my opinion. And we still have a lot of duplication in positions where, frankly, I think we could make some changes. But obviously, we spent a lot of money on people to get them in there. Castellanos and Moose, and we spent a ton of money to get these guys. I still don't think it puts us in like win now mode, but it certainly puts us a whole lot closer than we have been. So I don't know. I hope we are. I would love it if we would be competitive. Notice I don't even say we have to like win or anything. I'm just saying I would love it if we were, say, competitive. That would just be great. But yeah, I mean, I hope we will be. I hope we will be. There's the Diamondbacks are autographed out early this time. David Peralta and the D-backs. Numbered to 2020, it is Adam Wainwright and the Cardinals. A hollow foil for the A's with Chad Pender. Jim Bunning, I haven't seen him in a while. Philadelphia Phillies. The Orioles and Trey Mancini. And there's another Tatis. Well, I hope I am surprised. I definitely hope I am surprised. Oh, I thought I said Castellanos. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, him and Moustakas, and we picked up some decent stuff, and we've got a good young core of guys for the most part. But the Reds, they just always do weird stuff, and from a management standpoint, so you just kind of never know what to expect. But I am hopeful. We'll definitely be better than we were last year, I feel like. Garrett Cole, Yankees tops now. Of course, that wouldn't be hard, would it? That is the Mark Melanson hollow foil for the Braves. WAR, Jackie Robinson, Dodgers. It said Brooklyn Dodgers. And there's Barrios for the Twins. But for those of you who might not know how that works, cards always stay with their franchise. So former Brooklyn Dodgers, of course, are the current Los Angeles Dodgers. There's another little Bo Bichette coming out there of a photo ops. Yeah, Ryan, I just don't want to get my hopes up too much, So I hope that I am surprised, and I hope it's great. But I don't want to get my hopes up and then have us crash and burn, especially in this weirdo short season. And they haven't really had time to build team chemistry or anything. And I don't know. I just kind of don't know what to expect. I kind of think it'll be anything goes, sort of. For the Nationals, it is Ryan Zimmerman. That is our manufactured relic. And there's Mr. Eugenio Suarez with the blue border, which aren't numbered, but don't come out super frequently. So, anniversary blue bordered for my little Reds. Number to 2020, it is Franco and the Kansas City Royals. Hollow foil for the Braves, Adam Duvall. Followed by a Phillies team card. And the Royals with an anniversary card. And the Angels with a photo op. Well, you're probably right about that. Ryan says there'll probably be some crazy names in the running for Cy Young and MVP this year. You're probably right about that. I think it's just going to be wild. And there'll be some guys that just won't be playing total in general, the at-risk guys and things of that nature. They can get exemptions, and then, of course, you're going to have people that'll test positive and have to quarantine and sit out for a while, and it's just going to be wild. George Springer and the Astros, that's another one of our home run derby cards. Third one, I think, that we have found so far. The Astros numbered to 2020 with Jack Mayfield. A hollow foil for the Mariners, Fraley. Team card for Cleveland. The Pirates with the anniversary card. And Javi Baez and the Cubbies on the backside. Jay Allen, you just woke up. We had a pretty decent little nap then. I mean, I don't think you've missed too much. We're not quite halfway through this case yet. This is the third box that we're in right now. So we're just getting going. That was a short print. Yeah, see? Again, that's why I like to look at the backs. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But this is a short print as well. It wasn't facing the other way, but it is a photo variation short print for the Red Sox. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's numbered to 300. That's why it was different on the back. It's numbered, not necessarily an SP, so my bad on that, but numbered. Anyway, something we needed to see. That's the point of the matter. For the Rays, it's a hollow foil. The Orioles have a team card. The Dodgers with the anniversary card, and Bryce Harper and the Phillies with the photo op, just in time for Jay Allen to see it. There are actually lots of those, Jay Allen. There's been a lot of duplication in those nice little sparkly photo op cards, so lots of player duplication in them, unfortunately. Hollow foil, Padres. Nelson Cruz on a stats card for Minnesota. And there is a Jim Rice Boston Red Sox anniversary card, followed by the Judge for the Yankees. Yeah, Jay Allen, they moved the hits that have always been in the center to the back of the pack. It's been freaking me out. Just can't get used to it. But yeah, they're all in the back now. Crazy, right? This is Joey Votto for my little Cincinnati Reds. And you've got a pinstripe even on the game-worn relic for Joey Votto and the Reds. The Marlins and Ramirez, that is numbered 250, and it's also the first in the series, number 1 of 50, no less. So, how about that? Hollow foil, White Sox, Gio Gonzalez, Reggie Jackson for Best of the Decades. There's a Tyler Glasnow, the Rays on an anniversary, and another Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. Well, yeah, I mean, it's good that we can skip to the back, but I'm just so used to skipping to the middle. Like, I keep wanting to stop right there and expect my hits to be there. And then you look at the hits, and then you know, take off the back half of the pack. That's the way we've always done it. And the first pack, I didn't realize what was going on. I was like, wait a minute, where's our hits? I looked all the way back through 2/3 of the pack again, going, where are our hits? And then, of course, like 4 or 5 cards later, yeah, there they were at the very back. Here comes a Chris Sale that is going to be a short print for the Red Sox. Holofoil, Yankees, Garrett Cole. Another Mike Trout for the Angels. Ryan Sandberg, the Cubbies. And Shohei Ohtani, Angels. He says Orioles, Phillies, Rockies, and Rangers. Reminding me who I've got to try to get the mojo fired up for tonight. So we're going to hopefully find some of that as we go along. I will do my best. A Topps now for the Dodgers when I guess they announced David Price and Mookie Betts simultaneously. Duvall, Holofoil, Braves. Dwight Gooden and the Mets. Bo Jackson for the Royals. And Mr. Yelich for the Brewers. And just double checking them. Got a Topps now coming up for Juan Soto and the Nationals. A holofoil for the Braves with Will Smith. Seems like we're finding more Topps now than we did in the past, aren't we? Seems like we are. Ricky Henderson and the A's. Normally those didn't seem like they came out as frequently. Don Mattingly and the Yankees. They're coming out a lot tonight. Another Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Marcus says, go Red Sox. All right. Got a Red Sox fan in the house. All right. So our Chrome Decades Best, regular silver pack, all up there in housekeeping. Okay. Yeah, Jay Allen, it's probably good you took a nap because that first break was a long one. Gary Sanchez and the Yankees, that's a relic and the pinstripe. That is of our game used relic coming up right off the top. Lance Lynn and the Texas Rangers numbered to 300. The Yankees with a hollow foil, Tommy Kahnle. There's a Player of the Decade, Trout and the Angels, Wilson Contreras All-Star, and a Tatis for the Padres. I know, it would be nice if they put real Topps Now cards in there. Jay Allen says instead of putting in the Topps Now advertisements, he thinks they ought to put in some actual Topps Now print run cards, which would be amazing. I would love that. But yeah, these are basically advertisements, then they're trying to convince us that they're cards. I mean, they are cards, but they're pictures of other cards. So they're advertising their Topps Now service, basically. It's Robert and the White Sox, and then, you know, acting like it's a hit, sort of. Stanton hollow foil for the Yankees. White Sox team card. White Sox anniversary card. And Chris Bryant Cubs. But it would be fun if they just did a special print run of Topps Now that was particularly just to be inserted in. whatever. Series 1, Series 2, update, whatever. Yeah, would be fun. Colorado Rockies and Trevor Story with a short print. Kansas City Royals holo foil. Oakland A's with Catfish Hunter. Oakland A's with the anniversary parallel. And Francisco Lindor. Is that the first one we've seen of him on that card set? Maybe. It's the Indians. Oh, Marcus, this is your very first break ever. Oh, well, cool. Well, welcome. Yeah, listen, I'm going to give you fair warning. It's addictive. Once you get started, especially when you start getting some hits, oh, man, it's that's what really gets you. I'd say just about anybody in this room would tell you that. Once you get started, it's so much fun. It's hard to stop. That is a blue border for the Mariners, unnumbered, Ken Griffey Jr. And there comes our red, white, and blue parallel, the Independence Day parallel. The Mariners have it. It's numbered to 76 with Dylan Moore. Holo foil for my little Cincinnati Reds, Barnhart. The Braves and a war, and the Braves for an anniversary, and then the Cubs. Has anybody else noticed that we seem to be seeing a lot of the same team back-to-back in our inserts? Like that one, Braves War, and then Braves Anniversary, and we've had a couple of other instances where we've had the same thing. It seems like they've collated it that way this year for some reason. But it does definitely seem that way. Autograph. It goes to the Cleveland Indians with Jake Bowers. So the Indians getting one. To 2020, this one is the Texas Rangers. The White Sox, a holo foil, Gonzalez. And there's a war, Mets. And, of course, as soon as I say that, the very next one we look at isn't that way. The Yankees anniversary. And Mike Trout for the Angels. That figures. What'd you say about military? Oh, and then he said, oh, no, he meant to say multi. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. You said you've seen that Trout card how many times? 3 times? Whoa, I feel like I've seen it 33 times. We've just started. This is our first break of this product, and I already feel like I've seen that same card 33 times. It's, yeah, there's definitely some duplication in our inserts this year, for sure. As a matter of fact, this is our second home run derby for Manny Machado out of this case, which is crazy. There's a war A-Rod for the Yankees. Whoops, it was numbered to 299. And to 2020, the Rangers and Joey Gallo. The Rangers and Joey Gallo with a holo foil. And here's a war for the Tigers, Ty Cobb, Edgar Martinez, and the Mariners anniversary, and the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't seem like the checklist is as expansive for the inserts this year. We're definitely seeing a tremendous amount of repetition in the inserts, which maybe more so than normal, at least in my opinion. Buster Posey for the Giants, our manufactured relic. And it's numbered to 50. I almost missed that. It's on the front there. Numbered to 50 for Buster Posey and the Giants. Numbered to 2020. That's also the Giants. Logan Webb. Hollow foil, Royals, Sparkman, Robles, Nationals, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, and another Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, on tap next. Topps now, Howie Kendrick is the Nationals. And a Dylan Moore for the Mariners with a hollow foil. There's Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers, the Rangers, and Joey Gallo, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. There's a little variation, finally. I don't think we've seen him yet on that particular card. It's for the Blue Jays. Yeah, exactly, Marcus. That card on the back that's one of the ones I'm talking about where the checklist seems to be very limited. I mean, we've seen the same basically 5 or 6 players multiple times, and then every once in a while we see somebody we haven't seen, like Vlad Guerrero Jr. that we just saw. But yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot of these. We're just repeating the same guys, and that on the back is for sure one of those. Sogard Brewers hollow foil. Mr. Willie Mays for the San Francisco Giants, the Twins, and Miguel Sano. And there's another Shohei Ohtani. Thomas is here. Hi, Thomas. You are looking for the Tom Seaver short print. And he says, go Mets, and he wants the Tom Seaver SP. All right, my friend, we're going to work on it for you. I'm going to do my best to see if we can come up with it. So, yeah, these Topps Now cards, which used to come out not very frequently in a case, are now just coming out all the time. So, we've already seen this one, too. That's Verlander and the Astros. Hollow foil for the Phillies, Eflin. Oh, my man Johnny Bench. Love him. Cincinnati Reds. Yankees, Garrett Cole, and another Bo Bichette. I don't really understand why they made that checklist as small as they did, but it must be exceedingly small considering how many duplications we've had. I would think that would have been... I mean, why wouldn't you expand that? Make that more players. It doesn't make much sense to me, but anyway. Silver pack, Chrome Decades, silver pack. All right. Box number 5 is getting ready to come out of the wrappers right now. You said, Ryan said you've seen a lot of Bryant and Baez. Yeah, there are a lot of those. Craig wants me to do separate videos for every break on eBay. Well, that's kind of hard to do because you don't exactly know how long one's going to take, right? So that's kind of hard to say. This one's going to start at exactly this time and that one's going to start at exactly the other time. That is why I break them in the order that they end on eBay, so that you have kind of an idea. And then of course we go over it at the very top, and I generally I'm pretty good at estimating how long one's going to take, and I can tell you, hey, check back in XYZ time and be pretty close to it. Tonight I was a little off. Legacy took longer than I thought it would. Chicago Cubs and Javi Baez with the pinstripe relic. The Orioles and Trey Mancini with the blue border. Those are, again, unnumbered, but blue borders don't come out super often. Numbered to 2020, San Francisco Giants. A hollow foil for the Marlins. And there's a war for the Brewers, followed by the Astros with an anniversary, and a Juan Soto for the Nationals. Ryan, you said there's 20 different players for the 2030 insert set. Really? That's, it doesn't seem like there's 20. It seems like there's like 5. I mean, obviously I know there's more than 5, but there's just a tremendous amount of repetition. So it seems as though the checklist is not even that large. Frankly, I don't know why they didn't just expand it a little bit, but anyway. All right, the Tampa Bay Rays and Diaz to 2020, a hollow foil for the Brewers. Gallo, Rangers. Kershaw, Dodgers. And Alex Bregman for the Astros. Well, you got that right. I just looked over there and saw Noah's Raider typed in. At least there's no redemptions for any digital cards yet. I know, that kind of blew my mind when that stuff started happening with Panini. I just was like, wait a minute, what? And it wasn't even like one of the blockchain. I mean, it is, but not one of the like high-end ones or whatever. I don't know. I'm just, good grief. Who knows what they're going to ultimately try to push us into. The Nationals and Juan Soto doing stuff like that. I mean, the White Sox and McCann, hollow foil. Joe Morgan for my little Cincinnati Reds, the Astros, and Carlos Correa, followed by Yelich for the Brewers. Oh, no, I took your word for it, Ryan. I absolutely believed you when you said it was 20. I'm just saying it feels like it's like 5 players. I know it's more. I know it's more, but it feels like it's not. Dansby Swanson, we have a manufactured relic draft day medallion card numbered to 50 for the Atlanta Braves. So that's our first relic that we've seen that is a draft day one, so that's kind of cool. Cubbies, Chatwood, 50. Phillies, hollow foil, David Robertson. And then a little Hank Aaron for the Braves, Gleyber Torres for the Yankees, and Gavin Lux for the Dodgers. That's a nice one. All righty. And what'd you say there, Noah? You said if you can get them to print a digital card, you could see that, but one that you can never hold on to, no thanks. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Alvarez and Alonso. So we got to potentially use random.org to find a home for this because we've got obviously Astros and Mets sharing a card on that one. Hollow foil, Astros. So unless the same person owns both teams, random will have to be used. The Atlanta Braves, the White Sox, and there's another Robert. So I actually have started using a lot of the Topps digital apps. I hadn't really, I mean, I've had some of them like Bunt. I had for several years, but I didn't use it a whole lot. I started using it more last year, and then I've signed up for some of the others, and I'm using them more. I still prefer physical cards by far, but also it's kind of nice to not have to find the space for them when they're digital. And it's also kind of nice that you really mostly don't have to pay for them. I mean, if you use the free coins and stuff. The Tampa Bay Rays with a hollow foil. And then there's Ichiro for the Mariners. The Braves and Freddie Freeman. And Acuna for the Braves. But yeah, for sure, it's still, like you said, you need to hold on to it. If you're going to spend any kind of money on it, you want to be able to have it, see it, hold it, not just look at a picture of it. Plus, you never know with the digital stuff. They could go out of business. They could just decide to close your account. Like you violated some policy, they close down your account, or who knows what. I mean, anything could happen. That is a Vlad Guerrero Jr. Blue Jays. So it makes it hard to want to invest in digital when there's so many wild cards like that. To 2020, the Pirates and Trevor Williams hollow foil for the Cardinals. A Josh Hader out for the Brewers. Severino anniversary for the Yankees. And another Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. But I'm sure that's the direction Topps and Panini would probably rather us go, because think about how much less money it would cost them if we all said, oh yeah, that's cool, we'll just collect everything digitally. I don't know. Of course, I never thought we'd have kids that didn't know how to tie their shoes or read a clock because they're used to digital and Velcro, so what do I know? David Robertson hollow foil for the Phillies. New York Yankees team card. Oh, yeah, and that can't sign cursive. I'm still not over that. The Phillies and Aaron Nola and Aaron Judge for the Yankees. And not just that they can't write it, they can't read it. Why are we not? I don't know. Don't get me started on why we're not teaching that. But anyway, makes me a little bit crazy. So who knows? They may decide one day we're all going to go digital for our cards. Justin Dunn is our autograph hit out of this box, and it is headed to Seattle, the Mariners. Kansas City Royals team card. Whoops, somebody was stuck behind it. Kansas City Royals team card number 2, 2020. Hira Brewers hollow foil. Trout again, Angels. Goldie, St. Louis Cardinals. And Belly for the Dodgers. Marcus says his Red Sox are in a dry spell. We need to revive his Red Sox here as we're getting ready to head into the last box in a moment. Well, that short print was a nice hit for your Red Sox, though, too. In addition to the relic, I mean, you have the Chris Sale SP, which is a nice little hit. Oh, Jay Allen, this is going to make you happy right here. You got your Mike Schmidt short print for the Phillies right there, first try. Ha! How about that? I know that's one of the cards you were looking for, so boom, we get it first box, our first break, first case. I'll get it out in a minute. First case. Red Sox Evaldi hollow foil. Dwight Gooden for the Mets. Marcus Stroman for the Mets. Nolan Arenado, he shows up less than the rest for the Rockies. Okay, last box mojo is upon us. Let's see what we can find. Let's get all of our stuff together here. Our Decade's Best, our 2 silver packs. Well, yeah, Jay Allen, we still got the silver packs to open too at the end of everything. So, you know, often there'll be an autograph in those. Not always, but often when you do a full case, you'll find an autograph in there too. So there's still a few more little things to take a look at. We have a relic for the Yankees with Severino. No pinstripe on this one, though, so that's a little disappointing. It's just plain white, but what you gonna do? Diamondbacks to 2020. The Oakland A's with a hollow foil, Mike Trout, and the Angels, Blake Snell, and the Rays, and Tatis for the Padres. Chris says he thinks our autographs have been weak for this case, and he hopes our last one is a really good one to make up for it. Well, let's hope it is a barn burner. I always want the best ones we can get. I'm very greedy on your behalf. This is Ketel Marte, Arizona Diamondbacks. It is the black border, numbered to 299. Hollow foil, Tampa Bay Rays, Kiermaier. St. Louis Cardinals, team card. The Dodgers and Corey Seager. And Francisco Lindor. He's another one that hasn't come out as much as some of the others. Yeah, you never know with Topps when you're doing the flagship stuff. I mean, some cases, the autographs are kind of ho-hum. Other cases, they're just like barn burners. And very seldom does it seem like there's a mix. You either get like a really, really good case or a kind of case. That's how it seems to me anyway. A Mike Trout manufactured relic for the Angels. When it comes to flagship stuff, I mean, Series 1, 2, and Update. Walker Buehler to 300, Dodgers. The Red Sox Workman hollow foil. There's another Mike Trout for the Angels. Andre Dawson. Montreal Expos of the past are the Washington Nationals of today. So that goes to the Nats. There's the Phillies and Bryce Harper. You said with the base, with Topps base series, you mean like flagship series, Series 1, 2, and Update. You're lucky that you even get the autographs, he says. Yeah, well, most of the time they're pretty good about it. There was that one year, a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, where they left all the short prints out of the jumbos. They had them in the hobbies, but they put no short prints in the jumbos, even though they were supposed to be in there. And yeah, so that was like a problem because most, of course, breakers gravitate towards the jumbos for obvious reasons. Tyler Chatwood and the Cubs, hollow foil. Warren Spahn, Milwaukee Braves are, of course, the Atlanta Braves of today. Steven Strasburg, Nationals, and a Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Chris says for the price of a jumbo these days, he wants to see some better autographs, some better hits, he says. I'm paraphrasing, but well, the price of everything these days, my goodness, I mean, they're just, prices are just getting raised and raised and raised, and Panini in particular has been incredibly greedy. I mean, they raised the price on their National Treasures basketball a tremendous amount, way more than it has been and way more than other National Treasures. And I'm talking about the wholesale price. Rockies to 2020 Ryan McMahon. Not to mention the first off the line stuff, which you used to always be able to get at retail. And then this year, they've been doing all this Dutch auction stuff. Padres hollow foil. And yeah, they are making a lot more money doing it that way. The Yankees and Lou Gehrig, Roger Clemens, and the Red Sox. But I also think that's partially Javi Baez and the Cubbies why they're raising the prices on a lot of wholesale stuff, because they're looking at this going, oh, all right, for a case, or for a single box, one box of first off the line National Treasures basketball, it's sold out at $7,500 a box. It had been at one point even higher than that. And of course, in the Dutch auction formats, people can buy at whatever price point they want. So I'm sure there were a lot of people that bought at a higher price point than even that. Look at this. You get another short print for your Red Sox. Nice. You get a Carlton Fisk to go along with the Chris Sale SP. So that's cool. Hollow foil, the Twins, Eddie Rosario. A little Frank Robinson as a Cincinnati Red. Nice. The Rays, Tyler Glasnow, and another Shohei Ohtani. Chris says they want our stimulus check money. Oh, I think they've already gotten mine. They don't just want it, they already have it. So, yeah. That and more as a matter of fact. That and more. Pete Alonso for the Mets, Home Run Derby. Minnesota Twins to 2020. Hollow foil, Nationals. A-Rod, Yankees. Ozzy for the Cardinals. And Alonso, Mets. All righty, we have a Garrett Cole. Tops Now for the Yankees. I kind of liked it better when Tops Now only came out here and there. Now it's just all over the place. Hollow foil, Rockies. Indians. And the Royals. And the Blue Jays. And Ryan says, when you do finally get a hit, it'll be super off-centered or scratched or whatever. Well, yeah. I mean, you may not have been in here, Ryan, when we've talked about this before, but I had a local store owner who told me, I don't know, he told me this a few years ago, that one of the reps, and I cannot remember if it was a Topps rep or a Panini rep, but he asked him something about the way the cards were coming out of the packs, in the sense that they often came out with edge and corner issues and chipping and wear, and especially the thicker cards. Edgar Martinez is our last autograph on the anniversary parallel, so that's not too bad at all. And that is, of course, for the Mariners, who already have some hits, but now you got another one. And that rep told him that their expectation, meaning at the factory, whether it was Topps or Panini, that the average card coming out of a pack, they would expect most cards on average to come out of the pack to grade at a 7. A 7. So yeah, so they know that they're not going in there perfectly or coming out of there perfectly, but what are you going to do? Randy Johnson and the Diamondbacks. And then, of course, all the ones that are signed or have relics have been handled even way more by the people signing them or inserting the relics, or both. To 2020, the Pirates. The White Sox hollow foil. And, you know, so yeah, hardly ever do they come out of the pack nice. Randy Johnson, D-backs. Carlton Fisk for the Red Sox. And Mike Trout for the Angels. But, of course, that's the reason that perfect 10s sell for what they sell for, you know? I mean, that's the thing. You get those little perfect 10s, and they're so rare, like a unicorn, they're going to bring some money and make it all worthwhile, so that's why we chase it. Of course, Topps produces fewer really thick cards than Panini does, so you will often get a little better grade on the cards that are a standard card than the thicker ones. Juan Soto, Nationals. For whatever reason, they don't get beat up quite as much, usually. Padres and a hollow foil. And there's an A-Rod for the Yankees. Here come the Pirates. And the last one we see coming around the bend there, Bo Bichette. But, of course, it's not the last one of the night. Now, is it? No. We still got some other stuff to look at. I tell you what. Do you want to do this first? Let's do this first, and then we'll look at the silver packs. So this is Alvarez for the Astros on one side, Alonso for the Mets on the other. If we do not have the same team owner, we will have to go to random. If we go to random.org, it's going to be entered Astros first because they're on the left-hand side of the card. I either go left to right or top to bottom. This card is oriented left to right, so Astros would be typed in first, Mets would be typed in second. And because we would have fewer than 10 items in our list, random will be run 3 different times. First 2 will not count. Third random will be the deciding factor. So our Astros, that is dollars 151, and the Mets on the opposite side there, Griffey Hall of Fame. So that means we are, in fact, going to have to use random.org to decide this one for us. So, and yeah, it's doing this weird thing. I don't know why it's been doing this lately, but it has been for several days now. Super strange. Who knows, but whatever. It eventually gets where it's going. That's what matters, I guess. Okay, so Astros and Mets. Remember, we're going 3 times. First 2 don't count. Ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times, date and time stamp. It gives it to the Mets. So I'm going to go ahead and do this so I can write on it. And then I don't have to go back and watch this later to remember where this goes. So we'll just go ahead and get that labeled up right now. So that's out of the way. Now let's open our silver packs before we recap. But I'm going to get the recap set up. So bear with me for a moment, please, while I get this situated as to what we want to recap. All right. Now then, let's do these first. The 2 Chrome Decades Best cards. That's new this year. They haven't had the Chrome version of these in here before. So Reggie Jackson and the A's, Joe Morgan and the Reds. We got Brooks Robinson for the Orioles and Hoyt Wilhelm for the White Sox. Ryan said, you just hit a Cam Reddish sneaker spotlight, and it looks like his dog took a bite out of it. Listen, I hear you. I know. I mean, some of the cards are just, they really just don't come out in great shape these days. And there's one for the Giants. Here's one for the White Sox. Jay Allen says he wishes he'd stayed asleep. Oh, man. Pujols and the Cardinals, the Pirates. I don't know why we didn't look at the back of like the first 5 or 6, did we? So we'll do that real quickly. I mean, just to demonstrate that they're not numbered or whatever. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Now we have from there forward. And the Cubbies and the Milwaukee Braves, which once again are the Atlanta Braves. Rod Carew for the Twins. And my man Johnny Bench, Cincinnati Reds. All right, so those were our Chrome Parallel Decade cards. Now we've got our regular silver packs. Cardinals, the A's, the Marlins, and the Astros. And then we've got little advertising insert cards. Cubs, Mariners, Reds, Astros, advertisement. Rangers, a White Sox, Zach Collins, and it is numbered to 75. Shogo for the Reds, the Giants, and Buster Posey. All of these parallels, of course, do ship to the teams, regardless of whether they're veteran or not, because they are not standard base cards. So just to clarify, everything that comes out of the silver packs, of course, goes to teams. None of it would go to veteran base. Yankees, Diamondbacks, Royals, Padres, advertisement. Astros, Tigers, Cubs, Blue Jays. You got it. Advertisement's going to be on the back of every single one. The White Sox, the Giants, the A's, and the Mets. A's, Cardinals, Nationals, Blue Jays, the advertisement again. Rays, Brewers, Indians, Red Sox. I actually need some more of those little advertisement cards. I use them for, I often will put some kind of card advertisement or a base card of my own or something on top of a card that is the last one in a stack if a top loader or something's going to slide up next to it just to protect the surface of that card. but I'm almost out of them. And I had a huge box of them. Royals, Padres, Rangers, Reds. But I have gone through just about all of them. Giants, A's, White Sox, Braves. Mets, White Sox, Orioles, Rays. Blue Jays, White Sox, Giants, A's. Wow, we didn't get any autographs tonight, and we didn't even really get any color besides the one, so, boy, they didn't do us any favors on those, did they? All right, let's do some recapping. We did pull at least one that had some color. It's purple /75, Zach Collins for the White Sox. Walker Buehler and the Dodgers /300, black border Ketel Marte, $2.99, Diamondbacks. And then you have the Cubs and Chatwood numbered /50. I believe that's Mother's Day. That doesn't look much like pink, but I think it is Mother's Day pink. A-Rod, Yankees, $2.99. Independence Day, 4th of July, whatever you'd like to call it. That is number 276 for the Mariners. The Texas Rangers /300. The Miami Marlins /50. And there is Perez for the Red Sox /300. The Astros /25 with McCullers. Sorry. There's a black border $2.99 for the A's. The A's /300. The Marlins /69 with the black border. Sorry, I don't know what's going on all of a sudden with my throat. /250, Pete Alonso and the Mets. Black border for the Tigers, number 269. See a little tiny bit of chipping on both your lower corners on that one, on the front. Steve Carlton /50 for the Phillies. The Texas Rangers /50 with Danny Santana. Our home run derby cards. They are the Mets, the Blue Jays, Padres, Astros, Braves, and Padres again. Some short prints. It is the Red Sox and Carlton Fisk. The Phillies with Mike Schmidt. The Colorado Rockies and Trevor Story. Chris Sale for the Red Sox. The Indians and Chang. And Reggie Jackson for the Oakland A's. We had this card that had to be given out using random because it had two different teams on it. Random awarded it to the Mets, so that's where it goes. We'll do our relics next. Manufactured Angels, Mike Trout. Game worn Yankees, Severino. Manufactured Dansby Swanson, Braves, numbered /50. Game worn for the Cubbies and Javi Baez. Manufactured Giants, numbered /50 with Buster Posey. Game worn Yankees, Gary Sanchez. Game worn Reds, Votto. Manufactured Nationals, Zimmerman. Game worn Yelich, Brewers. Manufactured Javi Baez, Cubbies. Manufactured Astros, George Springer. Game worn Red Sox, J.D. Martinez, red parallel /25. It's a particularly nice one. Edgar Martinez, that is out for the Seattle Mariners, and that's on our anniversary parallel. The Mariners also have a Justin Dunn autograph. The Indians with Jake Bowers. The Diamondbacks and David Peralta. Azarena came out for the Tampa Bay Rays. And then the Dodgers with Tony Gonsolin, numbered /50. So there is the break and the recap. And Now we'll put up a little bit of spreadsheet information. If you missed it earlier, you're going to get another opportunity to see when you can expect your item to ship and what is coming up in the days ahead. So let me get that up and running. We'll take another quick little peek at it. So Wednesday is when I'm hoping to get it all out the door, and it is a lot to sort and ship, guys. So if something takes longer than I expect or the week goes off the rails, it could possibly go a day later than that, which would be Thursday. If I can get things done faster than I anticipate and nothing goes wrong all week long, maybe I can get it done a day earlier and get it out the door Tuesday. But as it stands right now, my expectation is Wednesday. I believe that in both breaks tonight, every team pulled cards. But if for some reason somehow somebody did get blanked and didn't pull a single thing that would normally ship to them, then you will still get a package in the mail, and it will have consolation card or cards in it. It will go out when the rest of the break goes out, since it is a paid shipping break. Both Saturday and Sunday are off nights. On Monday night, we will do a 3-box break of Gold Rush autograph multi-sport jerseys. Spots will be sold by the first letter of the name on the jersey. There is a separate bidding category for multi-signed jerseys, and all the categories are listed in the football section of eBay. Then we're going to break a full 10-box case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets. We normally do those by the half case, but we're going to give it a go with a full 10-box case. And then we'll wrap up on Monday night with a full 12-box case of Tier 1 baseball. We'll come back on Tuesday and work on some Valiant baseball. And that is supposed to be the release day for it. So assuming it shows up, we hope it does. And then we'll do Legacy football that same night. Once again, Veteran Base will not ship to the teams in Legacy, but it will instead be a separate bidding category. Wednesday is new release for Spectra basketball. We'll be breaking that in a half case quantity. Those are loose boxes from a shared case. And that is actually, I believe, it for me tonight. Believe it or not, I know we did finally get through it, didn't it? Clocked in at right about 3 hours and 8 or 10 minutes. So I wasn't too far off when I said it'd take us 3 hours. Not too far off the mark. All right, well, I hope that you have a great weekend ahead. I very much appreciate you being here with me tonight. I hope I will see you again sometime soon, and of course, I'll be back at it on Monday night. So in the meantime, stay safe and happy and healthy, and we will see you on Monday. Bye now.